I'm the last American poet, and I want you to know it. Oh yes, I do. That I'm the last American poet, and the technology of today is ruining kids' creativity. This is American Poet. This is song number 1 and poem number 1. It's about Waco, Texas. It's such a violent world with such a violent government who once met a man who claimed to be heaven sent, and everything went hell-bent. Why don't the government ever understand? Makes me sick to hear about it. The killings of women, children, and man. Once again, uniforms masquerading, demons rationalizing. Once again, government killing children as they're crying. Once again, the government steps on and keeps on lying and lying. And once again, the victims once again are dying. It was predicted, this we now know, coming from the gifts of an unpure soul. It was destined that he knew, but he made it happen with his view. Destiny came and went, oh, David Koresh. Destiny came and went from killers on both sides who went hell-bent on killing children. The government said they needed to cut the heads off the snake, when all along the snakes were the ATF government killer fakes. Do you ever really think about the government that kills with joy, the outcome everyone's dead, including every girl and boy? Once again, uniforms masquerading, demons rationalizing. Once again, the government killing children as they're crying. And once again, the government keeps on dying and lying, killing children once again. And once again, citizens are once again dying from police. It was predicted, this we all know, all from the gifts of David Koresh, or one pure soul, or one unpure soul. Then the ATF claims David was breaking all the rules by owning the same weapons the ATFs also use. The government has no business killing even one man who defends their family. Still, the fools just don't understand. Lord, what's happening to this land? Any excuse to kill anyone is the way of the USA. And as long as they're judged not guilty from the system, then it's A-OK. If I mention ATF and it's called the ATV, I don't really know what they were called. So it's either the ATF or the ATV. This poem/song is entitled Pomona, which is the city that I am raised from and I grew up from. The buses are full of dads picking up their kids while mom's living on the county. 24-hour burrito stands hanging there all night, watching the hookers work and watching all the fights. The place is full of old-time gangsters, retired now with pride, teaching their children and their kids to take a different ride. Homeless by choice for most because of that drug overkill. Lifestyles living fast and they never get their fill. See, that's just the way it is down here. That was a long time ago and we used to have the fear. That's just the way it is down here. Get used to the whip and drink a beer. The place smells like alcohol, soiled to the bone. Though this place never ever judged me, it treats me like it's home. Hotels run by greedy fools, it always comes to poverty. Still, I can never forget this place or its history. The middle class and rich folks turn their heads down on this place. Afraid to go to that part of town, they judge it a disgrace. But what the rich folks and middle class don't know and understand keeps those rich and middle class ignorant in their material land. That's just the way it is down here. That was a long time ago when we used to have fear. That's just the way it is down here. Get used to the whip and drink a beer. Here we don't have material values, prestige, fame, or gold. Down here we have true morals and the wisdom of the old. No one can explain why we have so much less down here, as well as no one can explain why we have so much down here. That's just the way it is down here. Now you learn the lessons of why it is the way it is down here. You heard the true story of how it is down here. We take pride, we respect, we got fear. That's just the way it is down here. Get used to the whip and share a beer. This is a song called Lost in Hollywood I wrote it in 1995. The date today is August 1st, 2018. The song is called Lost in Hollywood. This is a poem, Lost in Hollywood. Commercialism creates frustration for the lost tribe of the true artist. Yes, we are lost in a land of make-believe and true hype. I believe we are lost in Hollywood. Yes, we're lost down in Hollywood. Lost and we know we should. Lost, 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 my friends, lost down in Hollywood. It's who you know in a town that glorifies the money hype. It used to be this game where fame was tame and talent counted. Once saw a gal on TV. I went to see her, she tried to persecute me. Said I was obsessed, tried to turn me away, and the only thing I did was see her that day. With a combo of smog and snob, it was impossible. Yes, we're lost down in Hollywood. Lost and we know we should. Lost, 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 my friends. Lost down in Hollywood. The big executive and his big car wouldn't know a good song, he'd rather smoke a cigar and collect more money for his phony life. Who judges me for my prestige and the looks of my life. And when times were bad, they treated me like dirt. They told me to quit and get a new shirt. But if I was famous, they'd buy me a beer. But since I'm not, they say, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of Hollywood. Yes, we're lost down in Hollywood. Lost and we know we should. Lost, 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 my friend. Lost down in Hollywood. I wish people could see below the surface of a Hollywood dream that's a Hollywood scheme. I wish people could see there's more to you than looks, just like the Bible said or any good book that you read. And once people have dreams, it should not seem that it should end with a broken heart. But that's how it is in Hollywood. If I could tell you any differently, I would, but I can't. I really can't. Yes, we're lost down in Hollywood. Lost and we know you should. Lost, 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 my friend. Lost down in Hollywood. This is Amazing Grace. Of course, I didn't write it. It's been a song written hundreds of years ago, but I've only seen it have one verse. So I wrote 2 more verses to it. So here's how it goes. Amazing Grace, how sweet the song that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I can see. And I added, Amazing Grace, he came for us, for everyone to see. Christ died for us and lived again to save us from our sins. And then Amazing Grace, he showed us love. Yes, God's Son showed all man that there is grace, that God has love for all to understand. This is Atrio Dei, and today is a civil rights poem. It's called Running Black and Young. You killed him because he's running young and black, as the government infiltrates ghettos with crack. And as the system creates ghettos where blacks take the slack, now folks need to listen. It's time now to act. Running is the word that they call it. He just tried to get away from cops who kill so he could stall it. He had no weapons on him, no cocaine or meth. Another racist cop sees black, so he's sentenced to death. The cops had no condolences, no apologies or sadness. Still, some folks in this country still won't admit to the madness, which is a problem in this insanity, is denying killing another over and over for being young, black, and free. You killed him because he's running young and black, as the government infiltrates ghettos on crack. And as the system creates ghettos where blacks take the slack, now it's time for us to listen. All time now to act. He turned off the body armor and the body cam, the cop did, because the cop didn't think that no one would see him. Killing a black youth again, a cop filled with hate. Murder one once again, the cops caught. Murder one, yes, there's no debate. Over and over, cops who murder don't get charged with obvious murder. God, this problem is so large. The problem is cops who kill get protected by the cop system and the courts. And along with that, the courts go along with it, as well as the justice system does. This is insane. It isn't so sad as the civilians are the only ones who catch cops that kill. As the cop killer corrupts the justice system, now it makes the U.S. system ill. It's time now for the USA to know cops kill and murder illegally every day. They use every trick and manipulation with the words that they say. still underneath the whole thing and underneath the lies is still another black man murdered on the sidewalk with all his deathful cries. And still, underneath the lies, excuses, and BS cop talk, is still another black man murdered by a bad cop on the sidewalk. I am the American poet. I never claim to think I know it. All I know is that I am the American poet.